Welcome back to Scrambled. Tonight I am so excited to have my friend Laura. She is the photographer and founder of a nonprofit called You're Just My Type, where she goes around the world and photographs other type 1 diabetics to break the stigma and raise awareness about type 1 diabetes. And this episode, we're sober. Come on into this disaster, wanna join in on the show. Since a kid my world's been scrambled. Welcome to my life. So as you know from Instagram, our last episode that we tried to film in June, there was a lot happening.
Went
we hadn't seen each other. Yeah.
What is this episode? This is all For the record, it is 1 p.m.
on a Wednesday.
I took work off.
We were 3 vodkas down and
on
no
empty
food.
stomach.
Yeah.
So we're doing things a little differently.
Yeah. We ate In-N-Out, we made coffee. She's having wine, I'm having cider.
Relaxed.
We're relaxed. We're not completely all over each other this episode.
Yeah.
So, before we go into the embarrassing stories, we have to talk about where we met and how we met. Okay, so in 7th grade, for various reasons, both of our parents sent us to Christian camp. This had been my first time. Apparently it was Laura's like 12.
I was an old vet. I was a regular at this Christian camp.
So we meet at camp. I'm with my best friend from kindergarten. She's with her best friend from kindergarten. My best friend Becca has like the most beautiful curly hair. Like every ringlet is like
Perfectly played.
Perfectly played. It's amazing. And I had just started dyeing my hair. My mom would make it 4 highlights on each side. And I would brush it out so it was frizzy and wavy and just, it was electrocution hair.
I was gonna say it was the 90s. No, we were young.
So it's me, Becca, Laura, and Molly. And we're waiting in line or somewhere, I don't know. I just remember being tapped on the shoulder and turning around and like introducing me and so we're like, oh, oh, you're going to camp too? I'm like, oh, cool. Like this is Molly, blah, 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 blah. Her and Molly both were like, wow, like your hair is so beautiful.
To Becca.
To Becca. Thanks for the clarification. To Becca. And then looks at me and they both are like,
you have hair too.
I would have just preferred if like they didn't say anything.
Becca, your hair is gorgeous. Oh, you have hair also.
No, you're forgetting the like 30 seconds of awkward pause of like, we have to compliment this girl because we just complimented her best friend. I remember. Because I was just standing there like, what about me? Like, in my powder blue juicy jumpsuit. Do you remember that thing?
I do.
So that's where we met, and I would say that was one of the most wild experiences I've ever...
Camp itself?
Yes.
And yeah, we have a few stories from camp.
What do you remember most from camp?
I mean, well, first of all, separately from us, this boy, I had my first kiss with this boy I met at Christian camp.
What was his name? He was like blonde.
Gavin Larson.
Gavin!
His parents sent him to camp because he was a troubled child. He had behavioral issues, and he had this crush on me, and to prove his love, he went into his cabin, and he took Axe body spray, and he wrote my name in the carpet, and then he lit it on fire.
What?
The cabin just in flames, just the Laura on the ground, and his parents had to pay for every square inch of carpet that he ruined.
I don't even remember that at all.
Yeah, and then he was my first kiss after that, because I was like, and then he got sent to boot camp.
Oh my god, he couldn't cut it up.
Bless you, Gavin Larson. Right, and let's clarify too, it was a camp of like, where they were trying to convert people, kids who weren't Christian. It was like an outreach youth group. So it was like for kids that weren't Christian, and then they come and make you Christian.
I didn't know that part.
Yeah.
So
they wanted the troubled kids, and then so they could like make you believe.
This is so crazy to me because I always we had like, in each cabin, we had this one night that I'm sure you remember this as much as I do. It was like confessional, and we had to basically like confess our like biggest sin, yeah, that like was like holding us back, or like what's something that's like on our mind that we want to like get off our chest and like be absolved from or whatever.
Yeah.
And I remember, I can't believe we haven't like talked about this yet. Do you remember the girl?
Thinking?
Yes!
Because this story is so hard for me to believe that it was real, and
also
honestly,
difficult to laugh at because like if
it's not so funny.
Yeah.
The thing is, I'm convinced it can't be real. The only thing that makes me feel like it's real is that you remember it too. Like if you looked at me and you're like, Laura, I have no idea what you're talking about, I'd be like, oh my god, I
made that up. No. Are you talking about the girl and the dad?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Because it's not funny. It's just
it's like pretty traumatizing. Like we're all like, oh, like I cheated on this test and like ended up getting on the honor roll and my mom threw me a party and like blah blah. This girl straight up cold as ice, right?
We're not kidding.
I hate even laughing about this. I do too.
She straight up looked at our a cabin leader,
our
counselor,
our cabin leader, who was also a counselor.
She looked at the whole group and said that
she was just like, I have to confess, but I poisoned my stepdad,
and he died.
And he,
right?
I literally even hate that last part.
But that is what she said,
that's
right?
what she said, yeah. That's what she said. And all of us were like, and the mood shifted like instantly.
But also, the more I think about it, how are there not like repercussions that happen to someone admitting to murdering her father?
I'm sure that camp counselor wanted to like immediately dismiss that she had said that because remember, like her face was like, okay, so who wants to go next? Like we like didn't spend any time on it. We went like immediately to the next story.
I know.
That's what I remember most.
Me too.
Oh, and the chili fight.
Oh my god. No, it was chicken feed. Wait, the messy Wait, there was this thing called the messy games.
It was chili.
They filled these buckets with chicken feed and ketchup. Trust me, I had been to that camp I went for my whole entire life. It was chicken feed that they feed chickens mixed with ketchup in these giant buckets, and you run around throwing it at people, and I had chicken feed in my ears for like the next 3 weeks. I couldn't.
This is a really
eye-opening.
Chicken feed? Mm-hmm. I'm like a little upset.
I'm really toasty.
Yeah, me too. Let's take off the Dalmatian. So, point being, chicken feed or chili, which... Chili. Point is, chili.
We stayed friends ever since. We had many sleepovers. I remember. We had a sleepover at your house, and I think Becca was there.
Oh, probably.
And I was like, well, first of all, I just had like this girl crush on Megan my whole life. And I was like, we were so young, and I like had this idea. I was like, Megan, I wonder if we fall asleep holding hands, if we'll wake up holding hands.
Knowing me, I was all like,
okay. I was like, so we just like fell asleep holding hands, and we for sure didn't wake up holding hands.
God no, I'm a monster.
I was like, that was creative.
I do not remember that at all.
I do.
Then we didn't see each other for like years, and reconnected at the bar in a hilarious way.
Yeah, so that sometimes.
Yeah. Okay. Let's get to the real reason why we're here. What is your embarrassing story?
Okay, I was at this bar with my now husband. This was like 5 years ago, and we had just started talking, and I was convincing him I wasn't a lesbian anymore for him, like that I wanted to date him. So I'm sitting on this bar stool, and this girl who we were close. We like would hook up here and there, and she didn't know that I was trying to convince this guy I was like straight now. She comes in the bar, like runs behind me and like gives me this hug and turns my stool around and kisses me on the mouth. I fall off the stool and I broke my arm in 3 places. But the story gets better because I was so drunk that I didn't feel pain.
You're literally talking to your now husband, convincing him that
I'm like, no, I'm done with all that.
Oh.
And this girl comes in, twists my stool around, like kisses me high, like, and then I fall off the chair, and I like stand up, and I'm like, I'm fine. I like ordered another drink. I was like, I'm gonna go smoke a cigarette. So I go outside. With your arm that's like
dragging on the floor. Oh.
And I thought it was okay. And then that night, he came home with me, and then like in the middle of the night, I was like, something is wrong. Like, I'm in a lot of pain. So the next morning, I had to call the girl to take me.
Where was Garrett?
He couldn't take me for some reason. So the girl comes and picks me up. We're
the girl that broke your arm to begin with?
She takes me to the doctor, who said I was fine. this whole thing. Anyway, I ended up having to go to an orthopedic surgeon. And he told me I had a buckle break. I broke my wrist and like my elbow and my upper arm. And I had one of those casts that was like this for like 5 months.
That's when I re-met you.
Did I have a cast on?
Yes.
Full circle.
And I like didn't even care. I was just like, ugh, Laura.
Oh my god, yeah. So I don't talk about that story a lot, and now you all know.
Here we are.
I'm all healed now. Still confused about my surgery. I'm sure you have plenty of drunk, embarrassing stories yourself.
Oh yeah, most of my embarrassing stories are when I'm drunk.
Why don't you share with the class?
I'm just trying to think if there's ever oh yeah.
Oh, there it is.
A time going off of your story when like you think you're invincible or invisible in this case, which was every time I drank I thought no one could see me doing anything. One moment in particular that is like truly still, not many of the stories that I like retell back on the show or even tell my friends like still make me cringe and like actually.
Does this one make you cringe?
This one makes me cringe. This one is one of the more embarrassed I've ever been. Not during, but after. Oh my god, I hate this.
Oh my god.
Okay. So a few years ago, I was seeing this guy. We weren't even like real. I was just like clearly the rebound girl. And when he ended up going back to his ex, I was like, I'm gonna fucking show him a lesson. Show him a lesson. I'm gonna teach him a lesson.
That was my first problem.
And so we all went to San Francisco for Halloween, and I remember one of his other friends was going that I'd always thought was cute. And I was like, perfect. Like, I'll just like make out with this guy and like foolproof. Like that'll show him.
Go wrong.
Yeah. We get to San Francisco and everyone's already wasted, and like we skipped getting dinner because we wanted to just get there. So we start drinking. We're trying to play catch up, which is a terrible idea. All of a sudden, before you know it, we're plastered. We go to this bar, and I see his friend, and I'm like, you! What I think is a very sneaky makeout in like the back of the bar that no one can see. Not how it went down at all. Worst case scenario, really. I was Bride of Chucky, so I had black lipstick on and a white lace dress and a leather jacket.
Of course
it was
you
really
did.
cute. Yeah.
Oh no.
So the night ends. I go to breakfast with my two best friends, the ones I drove up with, and I was like, guys, I have to tell you something. Like, I made out with blah blah blah. And they looked at each other and started like tears. Like we almost got kicked out of the restaurant. They were laughing so hard. And they looked at me and they were like, we saw! And I was like, what do you mean?
Were you like on the bar?
Yes! We were at the front, so like where people go to order drinks. We were making out like right there and people are like, can I get a Corona? And like we're just like messily making out. Mind you, I had on black lipstick. And this guy has like really weird pouty lips but a very small mouth. So he was hammered too. He was walking around with
just black lipstick everywhere.
Black lipstick around his mouth.
Oh my god.
And we're both drunk, so we think no one saw. Like I thought we were in the corner, but we were like front and center. Everyone can see, they're all laughing and making fun of us. The whole night they start calling him Dirty Butthole. And no idea.
Because his mouth was so small?
Yes, because his mouth looked like a dirty butthole from my black lipstick. And I know for a fact, the guy I was seeing that I was trying to like
make jealous.
Yeah, was watching and like laughing.
Of course
it was like the worst.
Oh my god. We need to stop drinking.
Yeah, basically. And then I just got a boyfriend and never got plastered again. That's why we don't have those drunken nights in San Francisco anymore. We're
growing up.
I guess.
I don't break my arm. I don't break my limbs at bars anymore making out with women. That's for sure.
So before we go, here we go. I'll just use the same chords I use in every one of these.
Probably for the best.
Definitely. This is my friend named Laura. We met in Christian camp. Then we re-met in Hermosa, where she broke her arm in 3 places. Now we're sitting here filming the second version of this episode. First time we were hammered, and now, this time
we're just full.
We're just full. Unscrambled, oh, unscrambled. Here we are, unscrambled, really fucking full, unscrambled.
And tired.
But we're sober.
Cheers.
Cheers. my friend Laura. She is the photographer. Welcome back to Scrambled. No! Tonight I am very excited to have my friend Laura on the show.
Soiled my shirt.
Soiled? Are you 80? What if we say welcome back to Scrambled at the same time?
Okay.
One.
No.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. Welcome back to Scrambled. Today this is fucking ridiculous.
End of episode.
And yeah, right.
Thank you for having me.